What's good, my Brubble gamers? And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Today the Overwatch 2 Season 4 patch notes came out, and to say the least, I was a little bit disappointed. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much how to describe these patch notes in one word. Actually, just fucking disappointed. So I decided to go ahead and make some changes to the patch and share them with you guys. Obviously, I'm not a game developer or a balance developer, so my changes are probably ass in reality, like for the health of the game, but honestly, who cares? This video is for fun. So let's just get right into it. For tank, we're going to start off with tank. First up, we have Ramatra. His ultimate Annihilation increased the cost by 9%. The reason is, well, in the developer comments, I have pretty much all the reasons. Ramatra's ultimate ability is incredibly dominant by itself, but it has a very low cost on top of that, like among like Earth Shatter. So it is very fucking easy to get. It's a far more frequent than other ults. And for the strength that it has, or the potential strength that it has, which, I mean, that maximum potential can be reached quite often. It is a very scary ult if you get it frequently. So I think making it more harder to get, you have to put a little bit more effort into it, would make it more fair. And you wouldn't have to spend every other fight worrying, when the fuck is this Ramatra about to pop his Annihilation? When is my team going to get wiped? So yeah, for Reinhardt, they did this change kind of in the actual official notes, but I'm a little bit more generous to Reinhardt here. The armor health has just been reduced from 300 to 275. In the official notes, it's 300 to 250, but the base health has increased from 175 to 200. So basically, it's the same health value on both sides, mine and the official, but 25 more health on my side is armor, so it's a little bit more generous. I generally think they were a little bit too rough on Reinhardt with the update. I do think he needed a little bit of a nerf because he was kind of crazy after those buffs, but I think Reinhardt's pretty healthy for this game, so him being a little bit above average, I'm completely happy with that. I'm fine with that. Winston, honestly, this change is mainly for fun, but I do think Winston is a little bit weak right now, and there's not much variety in the playstyle I use for his ult. So I've decided to increase the minimum damage on jump pack from 1 to 5. Mainly, I know in high ranks Winston is probably better than he is in low ranks. Well, he actually is. Like, he actually straight up is. But he's still not that great compared to other tanks right now. So mainly this is this change is aimed at lower ranks rather than higher ranks, because higher ranks, they're going to be more precise with their jump pack, so they're going to get the max damage more often than not. But lower ranks are going to be getting like absolutely fucking zero value out of jump pack. And like lower ranks, I'm not talking like fucking silver. I'm talking like plat, like gold-ish area. A little bit higher than that. In between mid masters and high gold is about the range I'm talking about there. But jump pack isn't getting that much value there, and also primal rage is pretty much just used as a second life. That's it. Because it's kind of shit otherwise. So increase the ult cost by 8%, but when you activate it, Winston emits a shockwave that deals 5 to 50 damage to all enemies within 5 meters, and that increases based on proximity. Basically, that's just when you pop your ult, a jump pack shockwave goes around you. So you could like jump pack on top of a team, pop your ult, and get pretty much double jump packed. Like just 2 jump packs right there instantly. So that could enable some very aggressive uses of Primal Rage. I think it could be interesting. Obviously, I do not expect any change like that to go into the game, but I think it could be interesting. For Wrecking Ball, place the shield value beneath the armor value. What this means is right now, Wrecking Ball's health consists of base health, just normal ass health, fucking lame health. Then you have armor. Then you have shield. The reason that is a little bit problematic is a ball can kind of just go in, to go get and just instant, like with pile drive, deal like 50 to 100 damage to the whole fucking group that he hits, knock them up, and force them to kind of play back for a few seconds, and they deal some damage to ball, sure, but that was all to shield. He takes like 200 damage out of an engagement like that, sure, we'll say that, because he doesn't have a crit hitbox the whole time, so you can't crit him. Takes 200 damage. That's all to his shield because, well, the shield's above the armor. So he just fucking dips behind a corner, doesn't go pick up a health pack, doesn't receive support, waits for his shield to come back, and instantly goes right the fuck back in. If you put the shield below the armor, which is already the ideology they've been sticking with for a while, but for some reason they just did not decide to do it here. If you put it beneath the armor, when he goes in and takes that 200 damage, he actually has to get a health pack or receive support if he wants that armor back. Instead of just kind of sitting there and waiting for his armor to recharge, because that just doesn't happen. That's for shields only. I think it's not that crazy of a nerf, but it's just slight enough so it could be applied to quite a few situations. For damage, Cassidy, I kept this change. I think it's a good change. Genji, I've partially applied the old damage roll passive, the movement speed increase, to Genji's actual passive, which is Cyber Agility. So now earning an elimination grants Genji 20% bonus movement speed for 2.5 seconds with Cyber Agility. Pretty much Genji just got butchered the second they removed the movement speed after an elimination on the DPS passive, so now just kind of give some of that back, and I think he's going to be in a good spot, especially with Lifeweaver coming in. I think Lifeweaver will be really good for dive heroes and rush heroes as well. Sombra, this is such a niche buff, but it's also an indirect, kind of direct nerf to Mei, so I take it as a W, and it's also another interesting EMP interaction, so I'm just keeping it because why not? Also, Mei is just a massive sleeper pick right now, so anything that can bring her down a little bit of a notch, that's a huge W to me. Support, I've removed the Ana one. I think the Ana change is fucking stupid. I don't know why, who decided to design that. Sleeping a tank, sure, it feels super oppressive as a tank, and it's easier to hit a tank, but you actually have to hit it. Like, so I don't know. It's just a really fucking weird change, and I don't think it should go in. Brig, we all know what happened to her this fucking patch. She's broken as fucking the official, and I've decided to... It looks like nothing's changed at first until we get here. This is literally the fucking largest change, and it's barely noticeable. During rally, shield bash now impacts multiple enemies. That's it. It doesn't stun anyone. There's no stun anymore. In the official, it also stuns everyone it hits. So you get this big fucking Rhine shield that you just boom into a group of people, and it just fucking stuns everyone, which is ridiculous. So now I'm just removing the stun. Everything else I think is fine. Maybe the shield health is a little bit ridiculous because it's literally 100 more than a fucking Winston barrier, which is insane. But I think the stun was the big problem with Brig Rally Bash, so I've decided to take that out, and we'll see where that goes. Kiriko increased the cooldown of Protection Suzu from 14 to 15 seconds. Honestly, this speaks for itself. Suzu does literally fucking everything. It shuts down literally every enemy play possible. So for it to have the same uptime as like a fucking sleep dart is insane to me. So I'm just slightly reducing that uptime. Make it to match the impact. Also, this should make it more fun to go against the Kiriko, because Protection Suzu will be up slightly less often. Obviously, it's not a wow, what a fucking change. So it's 1 extra second on Suzu, but I mean, it could actually be something that fucks some Kirikos over in certain situations. That 1 second could matter. Mercy, I mean, these changes were all just gargantuan W's for Mercy, in my opinion, so I haven't changed any of those. Moira, I mean, at first I thought the Cole fade was cool, but then the more I thought about it, the stupider it became to me. The issue with Cole is it is a very oppressive ult in my opinion. It's very strong because it has a ton, and that's not because of damage. No, it's not because of damage. It does 70 damage a second. That's like jack shit. No one really cares. I mean, sure, it goes through shield and it hits a lot of people at once, and it's a pretty big fucking beam. But at 70 damage a second, that's not crazy. That's not out of this world for an ultimate, especially. That is the biggest ult charge in the game at that. It's the hardest ult to get. Well, Moira farms numbers, so not really, but it does have the most cost in the game. So, but the healing on Cole, it's like 108 healing per second plus. Like, I think it's higher than 100, which is insane. So this is just, it's just the ultimate rush ult. So the way you counter it is you stun her out of it, or you just back up. If you put Fade onto Cole, no matter how fucking much you reduce the bonus movement speed she gets during it, if you put Fade in there, she suddenly can't get stunned, so one option's gone. Now you just have to back up. But she has Fade and Cole now, so she just fucking fades in to catch up with the rest of her rushing team even quicker. And then now both options are gone, and for 8 seconds you're kind of left there just like thinking, when is this going to end again? So I've removed both those changes, and now it's just the lingering heal duration increased. This is a good change in my opinion. It's not, I generally think Moira doesn't need that many changes right now. She's pretty weak, but I think a larger rework could happen for that to add some utility, maybe to damage orb, to where like maybe it's like a mix of the weaken and damage, like less damage, like instead of 50 DPS it's like 35, but everybody who's getting hit by the orb, maybe it's like a weakened status effect for 1 second, or while you're getting hit by it. So like you're getting hit by it and you're weakened, and then you stop getting hit by it and you're still weakened for a second, but the weakened, instead of being fucking 75%, that shit is ridiculous, down to 25 maybe, like something like that. I think that might be a cool idea. And then finally, don't know why this isn't in the game yet, Zenyatta Orb of Discord. Get this shit out of the fucking game, please. Reduce the additional damage received by tanks from 25 to 15%. Basic, this is the most simple change as it gets, and for some reason a lot of people just don't think it should happen. The way you play Zen right now is you just fucking sit there, press a button when you see the tank, and a fourth of their health is gone. Like, I'm sorry, what? Are you fucking high? Like, okay, if there were 2 tanks, sure. You have to choose which tank to put it on. There's fucking 1, though. Where's the decision at? Who do I put the Discord orb on? That 200 HP Ana, or that 700 HP Hog? Which one's more valuable? Who are more people going to shoot at? Which one has higher health that it can just erase a lot faster? Maybe it's the Ana. No, it's the fucking Hog. Like, what? But yeah, tanks definitely, this is definitely a required change. I don't know why it hasn't gone in this patch. Orb of Discord is a ridiculous fucking ability. This is a very similar change they had for the sleep dart, but that change is generally stupid because you actually have to hit the sleep dart. So I don't know why you're getting punished for hitting it against a tank. Sure, bigger hitbox, but you actually have to fucking hit it. Orb of Discord, there could be a tank in front of you. You could be, like, do a fucking 360. You end up looking the complete opposite direction. You still put it on them. So, yeah, I think Discord definitely needs nerf like this. Honestly, exactly this, if anything. But other than that, I think, I guess I'll talk about a little bit about Lifeweaver while I'm here. I think Lifeweaver is actually a really good addition to Overwatch. A lot of people are talking about, like, oh, you're gonna fucking hard grief every fucking game with this character. Every time I see a teammate lock it, I already know I'm gonna get fucking sucked off the map every fucking 2 seconds. But I generally think that's a really unrealistic approach, because you already have Mei in the game. I'm sorry, you already have Mei. She can grief you very fucking hard, if she wants to. But most people don't. And if they do, it's unintentional. So, when Lifeweaver's released, when he's only in unranked, and everybody's playing unranked in arcade to play Lifeweaver, or play with him and play against him and stuff like that, like, yeah, you're gonna get fucking griefed. It's unranked though. If you give a fuck, hop off. Touch grass, please. It's not comp. There's nothing on the fucking line. You're playing unranked. Play to have fun, fuckers. That's another thing with this community. I'm not even gonna talk about that right now. Never mind. Scratch that. But yeah, I think Life Weaver is a really good addition. There are 2 changes I would make though. Life Grip. This is the most obvious change. Just make it so instead of getting kidnapped by Life Weaver, you can accept it or disapprove of it. So maybe instead of just getting pulled instantly, it creates that bubble on you, or no, it doesn't create that bubble on you, but it creates like a tether on the spot where you initiate the Life Grip for like a short duration, and maybe like 1.5 seconds, so there's enough time to react, but it's not like too long. And that person can press the interact key, and then it sucks them back just like normal Life Grip. That would be a lot better than just come here, fun motherfucker. Even if I don't know what the fuck is going on, you're coming back here because you look like you're in trouble. Even though the entire enemy team you just hit with a fire strike, and now they're all 1 HP, and you're at half health, and you could probably fucking team wipe them here. You have Shatter up. You look like you're about to go for it, and everybody's like pretty fucking low, and they don't have a shield character. Let me pull you back. I think it's a little stupid. And then the healing, when you're holding it, right now it slows you by 25%. I'm sorry, who the fuck was smoking absolute crack when thinking that charging one of the lowest heals in the game should fucking slow you? I'm all for having a low heal character, after Kiriko especially. That motherfucker was just healbot central, even with actually still, she fairly is, decently, heal body when your team really needs it. Or not really needs it even. If one of your fucking members is like below half health, you just start heal botting on Kiriko, really. You just throw Weave a Kunai in between there. That's still fairly heal botting. But yeah, Kiriko, full heal bot for way, way long. Even though she had crazy ass immortality, invulnerability, cleanse ability, a huge fucking range TP, low cooldown, and a 3x headshot, but people were still heal botting on her. If that doesn't say how good her healing was, I don't know what does. So I'm very welcoming to a low healing character, a low healing support hero. But I think getting slowed for trying to heal someone with a already pretty weak heal is dumb as fuck. So just remove that slow while you're charging your heal, please. And I think Life Weaver would be in a good state from there. Other than that, I haven't been posting content recently. I just really haven't been feeling like it, honestly, if I'm just being full on honest with y'all. I am working on a Thea montage that should hopefully come out within the next 2 weeks. I'm right now working on gathering all the clips I've gotten and then editing them. Maybe I'll need to play Brawlhalla a little bit more. I probably will anyways, even if I don't need to get clips, because Thea is actually pretty fucking fun. But yeah, hopefully that's probably the next thing that I'll release. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time.